Welcome back to Jacksonville Buzz. I'm Steve Strum. This morning we have Leila Ansart from Leadership Impact Strategies.
Thank you, Steve.
Did I get all that right?
You did.
All right, this is over. All right, so we were talking a lot offset about what you do and the unique space that you're in.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and what makes you different.
Well, Leadership Impact Strategies is a strategic advisory firm. We help companies in the mid-market space, primarily professional services, tech, healthcare, to optimize their businesses and deal with the challenges that company leaders are facing in today's age. We do a lot with talent management and development, and we're very big on responsiveness and getting ROI for the investment that these corporations are giving.
So when you're talking about this type of model, I hear optimization of companies that are, some people that the really, really, really big guys probably have this in-house, but the mid-market people that's a line item that they may not have full-time.
Yeah.
So when you get into a business, how do you help a CEO or a group of partners in a firm in technology, let's say, right? Where the work that they do, most people don't even understand. And when they hire people, the information that they're sharing with the people that they hire are speaking in a language that leadership doesn't understand.
Yeah.
What do you do when you go in there, and how do you help them become the best version of that company they can do?
Well, we take a very consultative approach with these types of situations. IT, for example, you mentioned, there's a lot changing in the workforce right now with what the IT workforce is actually wanting. So we come in and we act as a translator per se. So we're able to hear from the workforce themselves, and then we're able to hear from the leadership and do some figuring out of where the disconnects are. Like, for example, many companies right now are doing some restructuring, reorganization due to the impacts of everything coming out of the pandemic. And there's a lot of questions there around what needs to be done and what the workforce is going to require in order to stay engaged and delivering. So we come in and we help to co-create a solution with that company to be able to have those solutions be enacted.
As you mentioned, through the coming out of pandemic, yes, many things have changed. And as businesses are looking to be more efficient in an ROI, when you go there, they would have to say, okay, well, this is great. It's going to cost XYZ. What's the ROI that you have? I know you have some stats out here that not just justify it, but help us understand as leaders in the businesses that how this is not just a thing that's kind of cool, but it's critically important to the success of the business.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a stat that says that when you lose a key person in your organization, it actually costs your company 1.5 times that person's salary. So if you think about over the Great Resignation that we're sort of coming out of after the pandemic, and you think about the costs that organizations have gone through when they've lost so many key people, what we do is we look at those numbers and we say, how can we not only save you in terms of not having those retention issues, but also how can we help your organization to have greater engagement and therefore greater results. Personally, my company, we aim for a 5 to 10 times ROI. So whatever that investment is, we expect that company is going to make that back 5 to 10 times.
So if I give you $1 by listening to everything you say and doing what we're supposed to do, I will get $5 to $10 back.
That's my guiding philosophy.
Understood.
In other words, as my firm chooses the clients that we work with, that's one of the boxes that has to be checked. It's not necessarily a guarantee.
And of course, right? I have to implement it. You can come up with the ideas, but if I get a box of ideas and don't do anything, then that's up to me too. One of the things you said about, as we kind of take this away to find out more about you, how are you dealing with the great resignation, come out of pandemic, and now we're going into the exodus of the baby boomers into the workforce with a whole bunch of young men and women down here that may have been in high school the last time we went through a disjointment of the economy. What are you telling people to do?
Yeah.
Because you got like all this brain over here and all these people with a lot of talent and potential over here. These people leave before these people learn what to do.
Yeah.
There's a problem.
Well, that's actually one of the contributors to the tight labor force right now is that there's so many boomers that are leaving and we don't have the same amount of individuals coming in. But yeah, I mean, there's a huge need right now for reskilling and upskilling. It's not just getting the replacements for this boomer generation in the workforce. It's about about bringing in people with the right skills and with skills where they're able to pivot and move and be agile as businesses grow. Things are changing a lot quicker than they did when the boomers were in their prime. And there's a ton of need in the organization for leadership development, leadership coaching, et cetera. In fact, I'll share one quick stat from HBR, Harvard Business Review, that says that organizations with programs such as leadership development and coaching have a 34% higher retention than those that do not.
Wow. So when we go through the statistical analysis of those items, you can kind of tie into all those things.
Yes.
And okay, if people want to find out more about you, your firm, or how to engage you, what's the best way to connect?
Absolutely. So our firm's website is leadershipimpactstrategies.com. Great way to check us out, learn more about us, and get in contact.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming. It's fabulous. And I know you got some events and stuff coming up. Can we find out what are you up to on your website?
Yes, everything's there.
Awesome. Yeah. Guys, thanks for joining us on the Jacksonville Buzz. If you like us, share us. And remember, live with gratitude.